Hey everybody, it's Radican here. Are you a controller player? PS5, Xbox, or even using one of those controllers on PC? And have you noticed that Helldivers 2 doesn't really give you a way to use the in-game microphone toggle with your controller? Because I've noticed it, and it's kind of frustrating. The game shipped without any voice chat activation bound for controllers. And the moment you try to set one up, you realize pretty quickly that you might not have enough free buttons and that all the obvious options start overlapping with each other. Suddenly, it feels like the only way to make things work is to give up an emo button, and we can't do that, right? So let's break down why this happens and look at a setup that actually works. If you're a controller player like me, whether you're on PS5, Xbox, or PC with a controller plugged in, you've probably ended up just using the manual mute switch on your headset, or, on PS5, the system-level mute button on the controller. But how many times has this happened to you? You're talking, calling out targets, joking with your friends for who knows how long, and then you realize you've been muted the entire time. Or your teammate asks mid-sentence, "Hey man, are you muted?" And that's when it hits you. Because if you aren't using the in-game voice chat toggle, there's no obvious on-screen indicator telling you your status. The PS5 controller light helps a little bit, but only on PS5, not on PC, and you still have to physically look down at the controller instead of just glancing at the corner of your screen where the mute icon would normally show up. I've run into all of this, and I'm sure some of you have too. So I started thinking, how can we make the in-game comms actually usable on a controller without wrecking our entire button layout? Before we even talk about button layouts, we need to look at something in the audio voice chat options. In that menu, you get three main choices relevant to this discussion: push to mute, push to talk, and toggle microphone. On a controller though, push to talk and push to mute only activate for a fraction of a second at a time. You press the button, the game flips your mic, and then it immediately flips back. Because of that, the only option that actually works for managing your in-game mute status on a controller is toggle microphone. So make sure you select that first before assigning it to your touchpad or your view button. Here's the core issue. On PS5, the touchpad, and on Xbox, the view button, are the default bindings for opening the map and opening the text chat. That part works fine. That part even gives you multiple press types: tap, long press, double tap, and so on. But nothing is assigned to voice chat activation by default. And here's the kicker. When you try to assign voice chat activation, the game does not let you change the press type for it. No matter what button you choose, you get single press only. That's the limitation. And that's what creates all the overlap. So the trick is, we don't fight that limitation, we build around it. What I'm proposing is this: open map, long press; open chat, double tap; voice chat activation, single press on the touchpad for PS5 or the view button for Xbox. This uses the button that already supports multiple press types, and we reserve the forced single press for voice chat, since that's the one thing we cannot change. With this setup, you can open and interact with your minimap normally. When you open your minimap, just do one quick tap afterward to retoggle your mute status however you want. Using double tap for the chat box works great because you're almost never going to double tap by accident. The whole system doesn't require relearning your movement buttons or messing with muscle memory for any other actions. Just learning some new timing on a button you already use. And because it's your thumb, it's extra easy. With the in-game mic toggle now visible beside your player name, you get that quick, easy on-screen indicator that tells you if you're muted or not, something neither the headset switch nor the PS5 controller mute light can reliably give you. So hopefully, if you're a controller player like me and you want better control over your in-game comms, this setup will help you the same way it's helped me. I know whenever I'm running around in place with my Helldiver cardio sessions, getting tripped up and forgetting to look down at my controller for the PS5 if that light's on is a real pain in the end. Well, you know. Anyway, I'm curious what you all think about this workaround. If you've created your own layout or found another way around the controller limitations, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what the community has come up with. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.